see what your judgment is. I guess I'll start off myself. Now, because we have a really large group, and it does get noisy in some of the places we're going to be, what I'm going to ask is if in general, when we're stopped in a place like this, if you guys could be closer to the wall. You're going to be much better able to hear me if you're not behind me, but if you're in front of me. I'll take the reign, I can handle it. No shrinking violet. But I also know that Judy doesn't give tours to large groups very often, so it's going to be really, really important that we manage ourselves in a way that she can speak loud enough for everybody to hear, because we don't have a microphone or anything today.
Can I just add one thing to that?
Yeah.
The other very important reason to do that, and thank you for bringing this up, Chris, is that people on the street need to be able to get by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we're like this, they can't get around us, they get grumpy, they have to go on the street, so we really need to stay to the side.
Yeah, there are quite a few people with mobility issues in this community, and so we just need to be mindful that we're not taking up the whole sidewalk. And if we're in places where there are businesses, we're not frequenting the businesses, so we need to make sure we keep the doorways clear so they can continue to operate. There will be a lot of punctuation on the tour today. Just a little bit more about me, sort of to explain who I am and why I've been brought in on the last minute. So, I've worked in the museum community for the last 15 years at a variety of different museums. And one day, about 13 years ago, at one of the museums I worked at out in Burnaby, I was introduced to this man by the name of John Atkin. And John was there at a meeting, and he had been told to come over and talk to me because he needed somebody to help him out. Basically to bail him out of a double booking. And so he approached me and asked if I would be interested in learning a little bit about Chinatown and giving tours of Chinatown when he was unavailable, and I was thrilled at the idea. And so started to give regular tours in Chinatown, mostly looking at the history and social geography of Chinatown. Well, while I was working at the Dr. Sun Yat-sen Chinese Garden, I met a woman who worked a few blocks from here at a place called the Vancouver Police Museum. And after a conversation, and I expressed my interest in walking tours, she wondered if I could write one for the police museum, which I was hired on contract to do. I created a tour called Sins of the City, which was about the history of vice crime in Vancouver. But really, very quickly, that tour morphed out of what it was and turned into something a little bit broader, a much more open discussion on the nature of the downtown east side as broadly defined. But in all of that, I never addressed contemporary issues, and part of that was because I'm working for the police museum. Even if it's not part of the police department, I still didn't want to express opinions of a contemporary nature, out of respect for those who can do it much better.
And I'm not shy about doing that.
This is the first tour I have given in a year and a half. I'm glad my voice is still loud. And I can finally express opinions. So expect a few of them along the way. Judy and I haven't worked out the tour in detail ahead of time, only a rough sketch of some of the things that we each wanted to hit. So you have a chance to be a major influence on this tour. If there's something in particular you would like to know, if there's something in particular you would like to see, if there's something in particular that you would like to share, you are more than welcome and encouraged to do so. We don't want to be standing and yakking at you for the next 2 hours. Well, I don't. I shouldn't speak for you. But, you know, please, this is about starting a conversation. This is about starting a dialogue, not about us preaching